It's a beautiful day. Neighbor, would you be mine? Could you be mine? Time for the sweater and the tennis shoes. Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood taught many of us important lessons during our childhood, which outlived Mr. Rogers himself.
And now a portrait of America's beloved public television figure is touring the country. News Channel 5's Kristen Scovere introduces us to the artist who calls Nashville his neighborhood.
I did grow up watching Mr. Rogers.
Wayne Brzezinka is a Nashville artist.
And so it was an installation piece.
Like so many fans, he saw the documentary, Won't You Be My Neighbor?
And I was so taken with how Mr. Rogers posed the question to a young child, and that is, would you like to tell me about this?
Brzezinka works with mixed media.
Acrylic, cardboard.
Cutting and pasting, creating eclectic portraits.
There's so much going on underneath, I think.
On a whim, he reached out to the Fred Rogers Company and was shocked and overjoyed when they gave him the green light to create an original portrait.
They said, we would be glad to grant you permission.
Not only permission, but a box of old cassettes, records and pictures, news clippings, even a pair of his glasses.
But these photographs are just stunning.
Using these vintage items and artifacts from the archives of Fred Rogers.
So personal letterhead of Fred, which if you run your fingers across the top of it, it's embossed.
He pieced together a work of art.
It helps me to realize, after having some distance, that perhaps it is good. You doubt as an artist.
All his doubts were put to rest when Wayne got an unexpected call.
It was a number I didn't recognize, and so I picked it up, and the voice on the other end said, "Hi, Wayne, this is Joanne Rogers." And my heart skipped a beat, and I was extremely excited, and she was so pleasant and kind and warm. She's 91 years old.
Joanne Rogers sent him 2 bow ties, a handwritten note, and several pictures of Fred as a young boy, now also part of the work.
The show spoke a lot about how you feel as a child.
Right now, the portrait is hanging at PBS's corporate headquarters, but will soon make its way to Nashville. He hopes people will look at the work the way Mr. Rogers looked at us.
And so it's how we see one another, but more importantly, how we see ourselves.
Please won't you be my neighbor?
Kristen Scovere, News Channel 5.
Welcome to this neighborhood.
Great
neighbor.
story, Kristen. This piece will be on tour through 2020. To see it in person, and it's free, you can stop by the Omni Hotel in Nashville on May 30th from 6 to 8:30 p.m. You can only see it for one day in Nashville before it moves on. We've posted the tour list on newschannel5.com.